Hi folks, David, Creative Craft House, to show you our Union Army cipher disk used by the North, the Union Army, during the American Civil War. It was invented by the Chief Signal Officer of the Union Army. His name was Albert J Myer, and that's the A.J.M that you see there. And in fact, each one was serialized, I suppose, to keep track of them. And we're going to do the same thing. They'll start with a 1, and they'll just continue as we make these things. Our version is, I think, it's pretty nice. It's all wood. The outer wheel turns in relation to the inner wheel, which of course we need to do to get the various codes that we could use. Now, this was a system that was called Flag Telegraphy, or Wigwag for short. It was used primarily for flag signaling. It could also be used in Morse code, as you'll see, but the numbers on the outside of the disk here, which are all 1s or 8s. Initially, the first part of the war there were 1s and 2s, but he changed it to 1s and 8s, thinking it was easier to read no matter the direction of the wheel. But those correspond to a direction of the flag wave. For example, when signaling a 1, the flag, you may wave the flag to the left. When signaling an 8, you may wave the flag to the right. There was a third flag signal which was up and down, which would have been used to indicate either the end of the word or the end of the sentence or the end of the message. It's called an ending combination. Other ways could have been done to communicate ending combinations. But to use this thing, you need to first know the key, and that had to have been established between the two communicating parties, and so that you could set the wheel. Now, in the North, the R was used as the key or the pointing letter, and let's say that the key number was 1881. So if I turn this thing to get the R lined up with 1881, like so, then my wheel is set, and I'm ready to start encoding a message. You see that in this case the English or the text, English readable text version is on the inside, and on the outside we have the encoded part of the message that we would use. So if we were sending the message Union Army, we would first come to the U, and the first signal we would send would be 8111. And then we would come to the N, and the next signal would be 8888, and so forth, going through and sending signals for a message. There may have been ways to communicate changes in the code along the way through the message, but given that this was kind of a line of sight messaging system, I'm assuming most of the messages were pretty short, either ship to shore or on the battlefield, one location to another. My guess is that most of the time they just used a single key. And part of the challenge of any of these code systems was how to establish what that key should be. If the opposition did not have a wheel, it's probably pretty secure, but if they did, they could encode it also if they knew what the key was, if you always used the same key, for instance. On the back, we have just some information, Union Army cipher disk, and this is made here by us in Florida. We have recently done the Confederate CSA's, Confederate States of America. SS stood for Secret Service. The inventor of this also had his name on it. He had it on the back. But works in a similar manner. It's just a little more. It wasn't used for flag signaling. It was used for encoding written messages. A little more useful, I would say, in terms of today's. If you wanted to get something, a machine that would create secret messages that you could write, and this can be very powerful. There's a separate video to watch on how to use that. But this is the Union one. As far as I know, it's not being offered any place that I know of that you can buy one. So maybe nice for reenactors or collectors or cipher people. And for your reenactors, if you want me to put your name and rank and regiment on this thing, I can certainly do that for a small added fee available off the website, or you're welcome to give me a call or email. All right, thanks very much. Hope it's something you can enjoy.